All right, so we're here with Nick Buttitta. Nick is the, let's see, owner, winemaker, vineyard manager, cellar rat, pruner, you name it, he does it here at Rosa in Kelseyville. And Nick's going to tell us a little bit about his operation and why he's here in Lake County.
Well, I moved up here from Sonoma County about 20 years ago, and first thing that happened after I got here was I couldn't figure out why it took me so long to move here. I wish I had moved here 10 years earlier. We've got really well-drained volcanic type soil here where I am. We're on a roll. It's kind of we call it Kelsey Bench area. We're just above Big Valley. We've got this reddish volcanic soil. The only bad thing about it is the obsidian balls that like to come up and cause a little bit of problem with the implements. What I've done here, a little bit different from most of my neighbors, is I focused on the Italian varietals. I felt that the Mediterranean varietals were better suited for our warm weather with the cool evenings and the colder winters than most of what we're used to down in Sonoma County, the French varietals. And I've had what I feel like is pretty good success with them. The vineyard we're right in front of right now is Dolcetto. It's fairly widely planted in Italy, not too much here in Lake County and Northern California at all. We've also got a little bit of Sangiovese. We also planted Primitivo here. When I saw this red soil, I thought, Primitivo's got to be a good match for us here. And I'm very, very pleased with the way that's come out. It took a flying leap and planted some Ionico. Now, Ionico grows at about 1,500 foot elevation in Italy on volcanic soil, and about the same latitude as we were. So I thought, well, let's give that guy a try. And it gives us a real complex kind of wine. You got to taste it. If you're in a tasting room and you're having a sip of that, you have first sip you taste one thing, the next sip you taste something else, the third sip you taste something else. It's a really interesting grape, and real excited about that one. Also, we've put in this past year some Negro Amaro, another Mediterranean variety. And I feel like we're just the right area for those kinds of varietals. And we're real pleased with the way they're coming out. And we're going to be, every year we try to add a little something new every year, try doing a bit of experimenting. We just made a Tokai this past 2009, and I'm real pleased with the way that came out. And we like to have at least one wine a year that's fun for us to make. My son Pietro's involved with the winemaking. He's actually has a background as a chef, and he's recently received his certification as a sommelier also. So he's become my consultant, so to speak, and he's actually going to be taking over a lot of the winemaking duties. And I think you're going to see an improvement in the quality of the wine with his input. And that's one of the other things about being here in Lake County is that everybody, all my neighbors, all the other winemakers in the area, all the other growers have been very, very supportive. If you have a little problem and you ask somebody about it, they'll give you some pretty good suggestions and so on. That's one of the nice things about working in a community like this. A lot of support from everybody in the community.
Great. Thanks, Nick. I appreciate it. Okay, well, we're back here with Nick Buttitta, and now we are in their tasting room in the town of Kelseyville, and Mike's just going to give us a brief little tour here of the tasting room and what's going on.
I was real fortunate to be able to lease this building. This is a 100-year-old bank building, and it just works out perfectly for us. It reflects the personality of the town. It reflects the personality of our winery, I think, very well. And I may have mentioned this earlier, but one of the nicest things about being here in Kelseyville is the encouragement from other people in the wine industry and all my neighbors in general. We have Wild Horse just up the block from us, and they're very instrumental in encouraging me to open a tasting room right down here close to them. We also have Chasewater Winery here in Kelseyville. Does their own wines as well as custom crush facility. Just part of the way things are growing around here. We've got all the other wineries in the area help each other. I get a lot of people come in and say, "Oh, the lady at Steel Wine said to come visit you," or "the lady at Wild Horse said to come see you," or "I was just up at Greg Graham's and he said we should stop by here." The nice thing about it too is that for so many of us, each winery has its own personality, has its own selection of wines. We do Italian varietals here, so what we have actually complements what the other wineries have rather than being in conflict with them. I think it works out real well for everybody. It's real nice just to be in this area and have the support of our neighbors and other farmers as well as other winemakers. So this has worked out real well for us. And, every once in a while, it's kind of fun for me to come down here and let me have some contact with the public, because usually I'm either at the ranch or the winery. But half the party that noise.
There we get tractors rolling down. That's part of the flavor.
That's just part of what Kelseyville is, and that's part of the fun of being down in a tasting room in a town like this. Is that we just have those tractors come by. We have lots of different events that involve the whole community, not just our tasting room, but everybody in the wine industry here, and it just works out real nice. Very, very encouraging for all of us. And it's when the public comes, particularly when people come from out of the area, they just feel very comfortable. They are able to kind of sit down and relax and kind of get to know what wine country can really be like.
Excellent. Thanks a lot, Nick. Appreciate it.